Now, Jurassic World Chaos Theory, at least season one was pretty good. I have to admit, it was pretty tight, except for some of the writing, especially what happened to the very end. Some of the dialogue was sort of kind of questionable, but besides that, it still was a good, interesting season because season one's all about figuring out who killed Brooklyn and the event when happened to it and the reason why they hunting the rest of the gang, what they actually want them for, what they want them to eliminate them. And that was sort of the hook, the mystery on season one. Season two actually goes a little different. Like in the very end on season one, you find out Brooklyn was alive, but it was someone else sort of playing around behind the scenes that nobody knows who is the broker, the one who moving on the dinosaurs, selling on the dinosaurs, and manipulating the organization of saving dinosaurs and selling for profit. And this is a point you follow broken. Not the whole season, just a huge chunk of it. You see her point of view, the reason why she disappears, the reason why she's sort of starting to fall apart. Even her choice of color, her hair, that you think, oh, this is how the new kids wear their hair today. Let's go that direction. No, that actually has a point of her character, made it more kind of interesting. She did not paint her hair blue just because. It's because she didn't know which color she has, because how busy she really was mishandling her life and her job. Because the more she keep looking around, what's going on with the dinosaurs, what's going on with this specific organization, mishandling the dinosaurs, and instead of dealing with her relationship with Kenji, her falling, talking behind her, Kenji's dad behind her boyfriend, and a lot of things just fall apart. But you get to see her perspective, the reason why what everything actually happened. But not just her. You see the breakdown of Kenji, the breakdown of Ben. You also get introduced a new character who helps the gang to figure out the bigger mystery of everything, who is basically the broker. Before I break it down, my name is Rachel. I like to talk about animation, not just animation, reviews, first impressions, cartoon theories, and sometimes, if I have some spare time, cartoon breaking news. You like how it's going, you like to help my channel, putting a like, comment, and subscribe. That's the only thing you need to do. If not, that's cool. If you do, thank you. Because of you, I'm getting too close to my main goal of 2,000 subscribers every single day. Because the people who like, comment, and share. Thank you. Now let's get started of Jurassic World Chaos Theory Season 2. Now let's get started. I think the one character really shines off this season is sort of Kenji besides Broken, because Kenji is sort of like a spiral. He doesn't know what to do after Broken passed away, especially finding out his best friend had feelings with Broken and was living together for a little while. He has sort of a really hard time because especially you find out his father especially got eaten alive by raptors. He doesn't know why. He's just really freaking out. And his friends trying to tempt him to calm down, figure out what's going on with them, and he just won't open. In fact, he gets more riskier and more dangerous every time he gets closer to the real mystery because Kenji is now basically being too risky of sort of situations, taking extra some food or taking a risk that's not really necessary, but yet he keep taking it. He's like basically doing to risk his life to almost suicidal levels in a way that you really don't understand what's going on with Kenji. Even that you get the idea why he's sort of overthinking, overdoing things, almost self-destructing till his friends tempted to basically talk to him to understand, just to relax or open up to him. But Kenji sort of still kind of struggling, and that is just sort of interesting because the guy trying to pretend nothing's wrong, but everything else, whatever he's doing, he's just screaming for help. But he doesn't know how to, or wants to, or understands, I guessing. And I think that's probably the most interesting direction to put Genji, because you sort of reset him the sort of cocky daredevil self he was of the original series of Jurassic World Camp Tracious, because that's how he was. but he eventually pushed up to 11, to the point you just questioning, are you insane or suicidal? He feels he was sort of start to be suicidal because he didn't know how to help handle his own emotions. It was interesting, but interesting enough, what happened to Ben, because Ben also breaking down as equally as Kenji, because Ben was sort of having some guilt because little by little during this mission he actually attempted to hack and get more information what's going on with this sort of broker. He anything information he picking up till he accidentally realized, wait, that Broken is alive. He saw a recording of this sort of kind of hostile organization who attempted to free all the dinosaurs. He saw a clip behind the scenes seeing Broken there, and he sort of confused, not really sure, should I tell the group, should I not, to talk to especially Ginchi and tell her she's alive. And he doesn't want to say anything because he sees what happened in the group. Everybody sort of breaking down, freaking out, didn't know what to do, just do the mission. But more and more he's keeping this a secret, more information he realized this is true. Brooklyn is alive. He finally got contact. The more he's freaking out, the more he's breaking down, the more he's not sure this is the right thing. Not telling them or do telling them what's the best way of action of doing this moment. And I found that kind of fascinating. Even that he did the most dumbest thing ever, not telling them, even that is everybody wants any new information, what's going on. It's sort of understandable you don't want to hurt your friends, especially Kenji, how he is basically very suicidal. This could actually break him even more or not. You don't know how he react. And this is sort of the fear of Ben. He doesn't know what to do. What is the best choice of the moment? But the worst thing happened to Ben that actually realizing he finally have contact to Brooklyn to ask all these questions. What's going on? Why you're not dead? Why are you missing an arm? He wants answers, but Brooklyn kind of stops and saying, "Is today is not the right time. We talk later. Just keep it in the down low." But this is the thing. This is Ben. Ben is the most panicky person in the group. He have basically no self-control. He's sort of freaking out. Always says with the phone. Almost doing something the opposite. He doesn't really sure how to handle it. But yet you kind of get it. But at the same time, it's sort of his fault that he didn't tell them off the bat. Because he wasn't really sure what to do. To be fair, I don't think anyone knows what to do the right thing, because if it did, something worse will happen. If it didn't, something worse will still happen, even though it's just sort of a delay. But it looks more worse that he's the only one who knows all the information while telling the information what's happening in the moment, because that can really help the group in that time. But once more, it was sort of a decision he quite regrets, but he doesn't know why that basically Broken didn't allow him to tell that information. But it found fascinating. You could actually finally find, or not finally told the story of Broken. What happened of the event, the attack, why she missed the alarm, why she decided to stay down low and let everybody think she's dead. And I think this was the moment that the show really became really that good, because all about Brooklyn, what happened during the incident, that the dinosaur ripped her arm off and survived because she finally met her contact who saved her, and trying to explain, yeah, I'm not the one who sent you there, with someone else. Someone hacked my computer, and these are the events what happened in between. The understanding is a hit of her. It makes more safer or more easier to be pretending to be dead. But because Brooklyn has a habit of investigating her case, getting so deep, she didn't know this is the right choice or not. It's obvious could be the right choice being hidden, but it seems to me she trying to maybe not face the truth, her trauma, and that's sort of the main focus of the whole arc of Brooklyn. That she's trying to avoid her problem, avoid seeing her family, avoid seeing her boyfriend, that he have sort of a breaking up. because of her job of being an investigator. And you see her life sort of broken down because of this specific case. But the only problem is she kind of made the right choice, but this one how the whole season 2 turned to something completely different, sort of becoming a double engine, meeting the broker, because this is the point that the broker and Brooklyn finally met. And that's just sort of interesting because Brooklyn attempted to find any information to prove this is the broker, the one who's selling all the dinosaurs, doing everything illegal, but it's sort of she didn't know what to do because the broker was kind of crazy. In fact, the broker was a really good, interesting villain because the first time she met her, she really knew she was Brooklyn. She knew she was lying to her. She was basically playing with her because she can. She is sort of a shark in a way. She wasn't attack her till she finally see her bleed. And I found that sort of interesting because she's just playing with it all this time. She was the type of characters who basically followed the phrase of getting your friends closer and your enemies closer than your friends. Because in the very end, she doesn't know to trust Brooklyn or not, or open up to her whole organization. Because how Brooklyn sort of tricked her to basically becoming her right hand man. Because of the broker, she doesn't know to fully trust her or not. Even Brooklyn doesn't trust the broker. You have this sort of very strained relationship. That sort of, I know you lied to me, but I can't trust you if you lie to me for real or you fully actually are joining me of this sort of business venture. What we're doing with the dinosaurs. And that's sort of interesting because you can see the broker keep pushing Brooklyn to see what she does. She was finding break or finding understand she actually in deep with her or not. And that's just sort of interesting because you can see how Brooklyn is getting worse and worse. She getting so deep that she becoming the thing she trying to take down. And I find it fascinating, especially when her friends or family found her trying to convince her to come back, and she says no because it's all about the job. She needs to find out what's the broker, what she's doing, and all her basically plans of the near future. And that's why she sort of left her friends behind the scenes and went to the broker, becoming her basically her protege in other words. It was sort of interesting because she just sort of trying to run away of her trauma, burying herself in her own job, or she just goes so deep that she doesn't know how to get out anymore. That is just sort of interesting, sort of two ways you can see of her, especially her art, in other words. But also you add a new character called Zoe, if I'm correct. Please correct me down below. This is a new character who kind of helps the whole gang to point A to point B, and sort of it has her own arc. She's sort of a new character that I'm 100% sure she's not gonna join on season 3 because her whole arc is basically she trying to help the group, but she's not confident herself, and the group trying to convince her, no, you are confident. You just need a little push, and that's it. But after that, the whole thing was actually pretty good. In fact, one of the most interesting things about this season 2 is the fact that dialogue has improved so much. The danger, the mystery, the intrigue of all the characters, how each single group member is sort of falling apart or doesn't want to do. Someone has secrets, someone don't know what to do. I felt they understood each single character had a sort of need or urgency. It almost completely work. Except for me, one character or two, we have some moments that I feel like they're kind of pushing it, like season one, because in season one they had a problem with certain characters. I won't mention which one. You probably guess which character sort of becoming sort of too nervous, doing something completely wrong on the wrong moment, and that sort of gets a little bit frustrating. But all of that, this season still is good. Better at least on season one because I did love season one But I forgot to mention on my review, season one has a small problem, declining of how the show's written, more specific the writing dialogue, because sometimes they say specific things in the wrong moment. Yeah, I'm wondering. I don't think someone would say that at that specific moment, especially where they're in danger, and that they sort of fix on season two. Like at least they keep doing it, but less now. I think that's the best way to describe it. But all of that I did enjoy, especially the horror of everything. That all the twists and turns that I wasn't expecting, especially what else can you do with this franchise, especially all the dinosaurs it's out and outside of the world. And I found it fascinating, especially the evil character, um, the broker. How truly evil you can make her, because you can easily make her like a Sam Moore cartoon villain, but they try to make her more interesting, especially her job that she cannot really trust anyone quite literally, because usually you see like action films or evil masterminds that keep saying, oh, with this job you can't really trust no one, and usually it's the basic. It's the hero who pretend to be the bad guy. You don't trust them. And this one they go an extra mile to show you what she meant. Her job. You cannot really trust no one because you don't know who will betray you. And they show you constantly how dangerous she's doing and the cost she would basically pay off in the future if she's not careful. I found that sort of fascinating. They've decided to explore that a little bit in this season two. Hopefully, they do get a season three to explore more about the broker, the sort of how she came into the job. But besides that, I found this season to be a great season. I feel so much better than this last season just by dialogue. Horror phenomenal. They were very smart on how to use every little thing. The only complaint is they never used the kind of the quiet albino woman that she just whistles her dinosaurs and she just disappeared. She doesn't reappear on season two. I was a little disappointed because she was my favorite villain on season one. Even that she wasn't really the main villain, she's like a side villain afterwards. And I was so surprised she didn't die on season one. So I was hoping she would reappear on this season two, but maybe season three she reappears. I don't know. That's probably the only complaint I have, besides the little bad writing here and there. But I said it before, it improved. Everything here is just improved immensely. I really can't say much else. Just what was your favorite part? What your favorite character? You like this season? Tell me down below. Let me know. I got nothing else to say. It is thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and have a wonderful day. Bye.